Hi there. We are going to be solving for y and graphing using Desmos to be able to identify graphs from equations. So let's go in here now. Let's pull up our first thing. Here we're going to be solving for y. So let me move my screen up here to get y by itself. I'm moving this from standard form into slope intercept. So first off, remember that standard form oh, try again, see if I can write. Board's being a little wobbly on me. That is AX plus BY equals C. That's what we have right here. So now we're going to have to take that and rearrange it to put it into slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So as we start here, I'm going to draw a dotted line at the equal sign. I need to get the y by itself. Well, first I need to move what's being added or subtracted to the y. So right here it says a positive 2x. The inverse is negative or minus 2x. So I'm going to subtract 2x from each side. These cancel and I get negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 21. From here, I still need to get y by itself, but I have a negative 3 right there with it. That's negative 3 times y. The inverse of multiplying is divide, so I'm going to divide everything by negative 3. So these cancel and I get y equals 2/3 positive, because it's a negative 2 divided by negative 3, 2/3 x minus 7. This is my equation in slope intercept. My slope is 2/3. My y-intercept is negative 7, which we would write as 0, negative 7. 0, negative 7. Okay, so now I'm going to erase my board, and I want you to go and try and do number 2 on your own. So let me move that, or erase this, and then I'll move it. So here's what we have now. You can pause the video and then come back and see how you did. So I went and I put a dotted line at the equal sign. I'm trying to get the y by itself right here. So I need to move the 5x. The inverse of positive 5x is negative 5x. So I'm going to subtract 5x from each side. These cancel. I get negative 7y equals negative 5x plus 14. I'm still trying to get the y by itself. I have negative 7 times y, so I'm going to divide everything by negative 7. These cancel and I get y equals 5/7 x, because negative 5 divided by negative 7 is a positive 5/7, and then minus 2. If you didn't already identify it, what is the slope? And what is the y-intercept? The slope is the number that's attached to the x in the front, so that is 5/7. The y-intercept is what's being added or subtracted here at the end, which is negative 2, but we need to write it as an ordered pair as 0, negative 2. Okay, so let me see where we're at. Let me erase my board and let's go to the next one. Here's the next one right here. Pause the video and then come back and see, well, not yet. Let's do this together. How about we'll do this one together? It's a little bit different, but if you think you're up to the challenge, you can pause the video and see if you can do it and then come back and see if you figured it out. At the equal sign, I'm going to do a dotted line. I need to get the y by itself. So I have a positive x, a negative x. The inverse is a positive x, so I'm going to add x to each side. These cancel. I get 3y equals x plus 18. Well, I still am trying to get y by itself, so what do I need to do? It says 3 times y, the opposite of times is divide, so I'm going to divide everything by 3. Now this is where it might have tricked you up. 3 divided by 3 is 1, that's still the same, y equals. Now what's happening here? Right here, it says x divided by 3. Well, I need you to remember that if there's not a number in front of the x, there's a 1. So this is actually 1/3 x. And then 18 divided by 3 is 6. Now, this could be written as y equals x over 3 plus 6. That works as well. So what is the slope? What is the y-intercept? The slope is going to be 1/3. That is the number that's being multiplied in front of the x. The y-intercept is what is being added or subtracted, which is 6, or we're going to write it as 0, 6. A y-intercept has a 0 in the x spot. Okay, so now let's go and do number 4. Okay, so I'm going to erase my board, and if you already see the problem, you can get started. I'm going to move this over right here. I want you to pause the video. I want you to try and move this from standard form into slope intercept and find the slope and the y-intercept. So at the equal sign, I'm going to draw a dotted line. Again, I'm trying to get y by itself. First off, what is being added or subtracted? Right here is a -2. The inverse of -2 is +2. So I'm going to add 2 to each side. 2x, my apologies. These cancel and make 0. I get negative y equals 2x plus 81. Well, is the y by itself yet? Nope, it's got a -9 going on there. So it's -9 times y. So you're going to divide by -9 to every term. Now these cancel, they make 1. 1y equals 2 divided by -9 is -2/9 x. 81 divided by -9 is -2. Here is your equation in slope-intercept form. So now, what is the slope? And what is the y-intercept? If you haven't done that already, pause the video and try and write that down to see if you can get the right answer. The slope is the number being multiplied in front of the x, which is -2/9. The y-intercept is what's being added or subtracted at the end, -2, or we would write it as 0, -2. That's what we should have gotten when we're moving them into slope-intercept form. All right, let me erase my board. And now we're going to have to be able to go through and take an equation and match it with a graph. Well, with our Desmos, this is going to be pretty darn simple to do. So one of the first things you need to go and do is get in and go to desmos.com, which let's see here if I can find it. There we go. Desmos right here for your calculator. Now, what I need you to do is go and put this equation into the calculator. So y equals -2/3 x minus 4. So if I go here, I've got y, click inside this first box, y equals negative. Now, how do you do 2/3? I just go 2 and press the divide bar down below, not the question mark, the divide. All right, so -2/3. Now you have to press the right arrow key to get over to the side. You can't be down in the denominator still. So let me go back a second. All right, so negative, and I pressed 2, the divide sign, and it took me down and put it in a fraction, and I put the 3 in there. Now press the arrow key, and I move out to the side, and now I can press my X. Then, what was it? -4. So then I'm going to put -4. Here is my graph. Let's look and see what I can match it up with when I look at these pictures. First off, just notice from left to right, the line is decreasing. It is going down because the slope is negative. Well, A, from left to right, it's going down. That works. B is going down. C is going down. D is not. D is going up. So I can eliminate D. It's not D. So let me erase these little highlighting parts here. Let's try and figure out something else. So how else can we eliminate? When we look in here, I'm going to go and I'm going to click, I guess because I'm zoomed way far out. If I zoom in and then move this, it'll be easier to see. Here's my y-axis. If I click right here to where I see that y-intercept of 0, -4, let's find that on one of the other graphs. It crosses down at 0, -4. So let's see, right here is where it crosses the y-axis. That's not at -4, so I know it can't be A. This one looks like it might be crossing right there at -4. So let me leave that as an option. What about C? C is crossing up here where it's positive. So that's not a right answer. So now, due to process of elimination, I know my answer is supposed to be B. Okay, well, let's try the next one. So I'm going to erase here. Let's see. So now that I erase it, and let me move this up, here's my next one. I want you to try and do the same thing. I want you to pause the video, put this in the calculator, and figure out which one is supposed to be the correct answer, and then come back and see how you did. All right, so you should have gone and put this in the calculator. So let's go to Desmos. I'm going to click out of there to erase it. Then I'm going to click back in, and the equation was x plus y equals 0. X plus y equals 0. Here's your line. From left to right, look, it's decreasing. It's going down. Well, let's look at our answer choices. The first one on letter A, from left to right, what's happening? It's going up. Well, that's not what we need. The next one on B, it doesn't go up or down. It goes straight across as a horizontal line. That's not what we're looking for. C, it's a vertical line going straight up and down. We're not looking for that either. So let's hope this next one works. From left to right, it is going down. Through process of elimination, D should have been your answer. So when you're trying to figure out which graph matches, this is what we're going to do. Put it into Desmos and start figuring out which ones we can erase or cross out that are not the right answer. So hopefully this helped you with this section. And now you can be able to complete your assignment.